Grace and I'm a first year vet student here at the Royal School of Veterinary Medicine, and for my third vlog I'm going to answer some frequently asked questions about applying to vet school and what it is like once you get here. So the first question I'm going to answer is, will I get into vet school if I meet all the requirements? So the simple answer is no. So if you are invited to get an interview because you have met the requirements, then there is a process you have to go through called multiple mini interviews, and this is where the interviews are taking place in different stations. So there is a different interviewer at each station and they go over a different topic. So I actually didn't get into vet school the first year I applied, so I got to the interview stage but unfortunately I was rejected. But I went out, got my work experience. This was slightly affected by COVID, but I did manage to gain some more variety and quality experience, and I would definitely say that is two things you want to get when you're trying to get work experience before you go to vet school. Quality is the best thing to try and get. Make sure you have a little diary and write down everything you've learned, because that can be asked and can be used as knowledge in your interview. Also, I would say variety is definitely a good thing to have. There's no point having 6 weeks of dogs. I would go and say have 1 week of cows, 1 week of sheep, 1 week of cats, 1 week of dogs, 1 week of horses, and that just means you have a good variety and understanding of all different animals that you come across at a vet practice. So veterinary medicine is a very competitive course to get into, so I'd recommend making sure you know some information and done some research before you go into your interview on some basic veterinary things. Look at some basic welfare issues and ethics that you can speak about during your interview. And also make sure you know what you've written in your personal statement, because anything in your personal statement can be asked. I also recommend that you know some information about your work experience and some background research to find out some more information, as that can also be asked, because the interviewer wants to know how much you know about your work experience and how much you learned while you were there. The second question I am going to answer is, what does a typical day of a vet student look like? So from week 1 you get practicals and lectures. So the sort of lectures you get are anatomy, cell biology, histology, which are under the animal body 1 module. And then you have animal life, which covers the different types of animals such as dogs, cats, horses, sheep, cow, pigs, chickens. And then you also have other things such as public health, animal welfare, and you also have professional and clinical skills, where you learn about how to budget, communication skills, lots of different things to help you in your veterinary career. So along with cell biology and anatomy, you have practicals. So for cell biology, you're usually in the lab and carry out an experiment. For anatomy, usually in the dissection room, looking at whatever you've gone over in a lecture beforehand. And for histology, you're looking under the microscope at different cells. For animal life, you also have practicals. These practicals are usually out at the sheep shed, where you get to have hands-on experience with the sheep, or down at Lang Hill, which is the farm that is used by the vet school. It is about a 5-minute bus journey away, but the bus is provided by the vet school, and you get to do dairy cow experience there. There's also the horses that are on campus and the dogs, which are in the clinical skills room. So due to COVID right now, we are doing a hybrid system. So most of our lectures are online and then our practicals are on campus. So currently we're on campus 2 or 3 times a week and the rest of it is online. But hopefully by the time you guys come to vet school, it'll be a bit more back to normal and it'll be back on campus full time. So the third and last question I'm going to answer is veterinary medicine hard or stressful? Personally, I think this depends on how you handle the course. So if you keep on top of the work and keep up with your notes and make sure you understand everything, or as much as you can at the time of the lecture, then I think it's a lot easier when it comes to revision for exams. However, if you fall behind work and you have to do a lot of catch up, if that includes doing catch up over the holidays, or if you're trying to cram in during revision week, then yes, I can see how it would be stressful. The workload is quite a lot, but it is also manageable. It is possible to also do sports and other extracurricular activities at the same time if you want to. Some vets also do have jobs which they can balance with their studies. My biggest tip would be, however, to stay on top of the work, as I feel like that makes it a lot less stressful and means you don't have to cram for exams. I hope this answers some of your questions that you may have had. If you do have any more questions, then feel free to put them in the comments box and I will try and answer them as best I can in my next video. Bye!